but pretentious indie. What was it? What was your description?
Pretentious indie arty. No, pretentious arty bullshit, I think was the...
Leads me to my third film.
Okay.
It's a film called Lion, which, based on a true story...
Okay.
It's like an Australian film. It's kind of told in two halves. You get this... I'm going to like just absolutely butcher where all these people are from if I don't look it up. So bear with me.
Okay.
Because it's the sort of thing where it's like, I don't want to get it wrong. Oh, here we go. So, I will give you the IMDb plot summary. A 5-year-old Indian boy gets lost on the streets of Calcutta, thousands of kilometres from home. He survives many challenges before being adopted by a couple in Australia. 25 years later, he sets out to find his lost family. So, it's based on a true story. Film split in half. You get one half where it's the 5-year-old who is played by a newcomer called Sunny Pawar. Maybe pronounced that wrong, but he's brilliant. He's very good.
Yeah.
And it's all about how, like, the first half of the film is kind of how he gets to being adopted, okay? How he goes from being separated from his family and lost to being adopted. And you would think, like, I've seen this film advertised quite a lot because they seem to show it before every single film in the cinema. The way it's told is very, like, there's no flourishes to it. It's not like the director hasn't, like, sprinkled in a load of flashbacks or anything like that. It's literally, first half of the film is this bit, second half is the 25 years later stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I think by presenting the story in that kind of, like, manner where you're not distracted by all of the flashbacks and then going forward in time and stuff, it lets the story sink in more.
Yeah, I guess. So you're sort of experiencing it in the actual timeline.
Yeah, in a, like, chronological manner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 25 years later, the same kid who's called Saru is played by Dev Patel, who I always just, like, associate with Skins. So I remember watching him in that, and it's so weird seeing, like, the little, like, gawky kid from Skins, like, one, doing an Australian accent and doing it well, and two, like, actually acting really well.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of guilt that he's living with by the fact that his family doesn't know what happened to him or where he is or if he's even still alive.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. It's not. Is
it a tearjerker?
For me, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's like an amazing film or anything. It's just, again, it was kind of different. You know, it was a story that you can kind of predict how it's going to go. So for that reason, it's like 3.5 out of 5 and not higher. But still, seeing the way it played out, it was, you know, my film of the week, if you will.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If you're sick of all the blockbuster shit, check this out. It's called Lion. And one of the things I will say is, like, I got like 2/3 of the way into the film, and I was like, I still don't know why it's called Lion. And when you find out why it's called Lion, oh, it's so good. It's so satisfying.
If he makes friends with the talking lion, then I'm on board.
Unfortunately, there are actually no lions in this film.
Well, what are you talking about?
But the reason why it's called Lion is still really satisfying.
When he's a 5-year-old, does he travel through a wardrobe and end up in a mystical land? And then an evil queen tries to make him eat Turkish delights, but then Aslan saves him.
What are Turkish delights?
I've never had just a Turkish delight by itself.
Yeah.
But I've had... Cadbury's did a bar that had, like, Turkish delight in the chocolate.
Okay.
It's from what I understand, it's like a sort of... It's not jelly. It's harder than jelly. But, you know, it's that kind of thing. It's all... I don't know.
Is it like what jelly babies are made out of?
Yeah, I think so. But
Okay.
I think it's probably got, like, its own specific taste. And we're probably, you know, all the Turkish Delight fans that listen to us are going to be in uproar being like, don't be ridiculous, Jack. Cadbury's never... Their one was not Turkish Delight. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try Turkish Delight, Liam.
It could be one of the, like... you know, like we did the nerds tried a new thing when we went to Shocktoberfest.
The next one will be we tried Turkish Delight.
I mean, I feel like we could both handle that better.
It sounds a lot better than being forced to develop a fear of chainsaws.
Definitely. Yeah, it's not like that, but, you know, still good.
Fair enough.